name's ilkin and I go by Prophet Hanna. I'm doing another entry. And today's entry has to do with the zone being relatively quiet. It's day 10,082. But when we think about technology and all that, the world is really changing. So as I'm sitting here, my son flips through the channels and is now watching Office, but from Australia. You have to understand, it's Office, but from Australia. The Office in the United States, first of all, for those coming into the story, is not the regular Office. It was also linked to Hanna. Pam Beasley and, Sea Wing and all that. Those are part of C3's history in the United States. And we don't know if these guys are living or not. We do prayers. But as they move their operation to the other side of the world because of that longitude and latitude copyright. So if I write it here, Australia technically gets it first timeline, so they just register it there. That's how lethal AI is. But that's not what's daunting. As I'm sitting there watching it, I see the show Hanna now. Hanna is, again, the Australian version of The Office. Hanna, they use not an attractive woman. For 15 years, all they did was cause harm in Canada and the United States, made blood pour, and now they're in Australia with a not attractive Hanna, when Hanna is such a beautiful, beautiful person. Now, it could be a fluke, but this is where I know it's not. As the manager's talking, she's saying, put into Google tax evasion, religion, this and that. It's like them jabbing, and they're famous for that. And I'm like, whoa. And I know exactly what they're talking about because the laws in the United States don't match the laws in Canada. But because they're so damn arrogant, they don't know that. We have a choice to declare or not to declare. They just want to know. But sometimes we don't declare for a reason. But because we pay taxes on the other side, it doesn't make it a criminal offense. Then there's the religion component. My house was like a church in C3's history. The name Prophet Hanna is because of the ethics and Ararat movement. If you don't know that, then you should maybe follow the story along. It's quite interesting. And then I found an original manuscript of Blue. That's all my work, and it's a lot of hard work, as they flung $2 and went overseas. But it makes it hard because sometimes they intercept the line from Bangladesh and saying, I say, okay, can I transfer to TD? And like she's whispering with a weird voice, like, I'll forward you to fraud department. I'm like, it's not fraud, it's just regular. But what they're doing is they're building a little setup for themselves. And it's really ugly because they're going to dupe every single child to protect their position at the top and keep those records for 20 years from now. Now, in the case of Hanna versus the devil, Hanna was a pretty decent person, a pretty perfect person, but they're walking around and they closed up. They don't talk about the endorsement stolen. They don't talk about the 5